Nearly 200 people in a southern Kentucky town of just 7,000 are now looking for new jobs.
We are tracking the investigation into a deadly fire in Maysville that killed 5 people.
The UK student charged with crashing his drone inside Commonwealth was in court today. Why he pleaded not guilty.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. The decline in coal is being blamed for another big job loss in southeastern Kentucky.
CSX Railroad is closing its mechanical shops in Corbin, cutting about 180 jobs. WKYT's Phil Pendleton talked to people in the community who say the job losses are a tough blow. It's our top story at 5:30.
People tell me that Corbin was built around the railroad. Either you work for the railroad, your family did, or you know someone that does. Now 180 of those people are asking the question, what now? It is a town with an identity built around the tracks that have carried goods in and out of the community for generations. But now word is that one of those goods, coal, is losing some of its demand.
With the downturn in the economy, with the coal industry in East Kentucky, and now it's starting to trickle down to us in the southern part of the state.
Bruce Carpenter guides economic development for the town of 7,300 and says the 180 jobs lost will impact a lot more than just those wage earners.
Your immediate thought is those families and what the impact it's going to have, not just on our region, but on these immediate families that are affected by this.
The announcement of the layoffs came Tuesday morning, and it didn't take long for word to get out and for fear to set in.
Because in Corbin, you had the railroad and you had the hospital, and that was your big ticket jobs in town, it seemed like. And to take something like that away from a town that it's part of their identity, it's sad.
CSX says they are closing their car and locomotive shops and locomotive service center. The rail yard will stay open with about 100 employees remaining to serve traffic.
While you have other products that come through here, obviously over the years, coal has been the primary product that has traveled through this part of Corbin and eastern Kentucky.
CSX officials tell me this is all again because of a downturn in the coal economy. In fact, they tell me that $1 billion in revenue was lost last year because of a downturn in coal demand. In Corbin, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Economic development officials say there will be a job fair from 10 to 3 next Thursday at the Corbin Center. They're hoping to assist some of those losing their jobs.
Tragedy in a northern Kentucky city. Firefighters are trying to figure out what caused an overnight fire that killed 5 people, including children, in Maysville. It broke out just after midnight in a row house complex on West 2nd Street in Maysville. The fire chief says a mother and 3 of her children were found dead inside one of the units, and a neighbor died at the hospital. We'll have the latest from that scene at the fire scene in Maysville coming up on WKYT News at 6.
A University of Kentucky law student charged after his drone crash landed at Commonwealth Stadium went before a judge this afternoon. Police say Peyton Wilsons' drone went down inside the stadium just minutes before UK's game against Louisiana Lafayette back in September. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy talked with Wilsons' attorney, who says he doesn't believe the charges are warranted.
Peyton Wilsons' attorney told us outside the courtroom that his client shouldn't be punished for cooperating with UK police.
At worst, what happened here is a mistake. And we do not think that the government should try to criminalize mistakes.
Attorney Luke Morgan's client Peyton Wilson entered a not guilty plea in court Tuesday afternoon. He's charged with wanton endangerment. Officers say he flew his drone dangerously close to a parachutist skydiving into Commonwealth Stadium right before a game. The drone, police say, then dropped down inside the packed stadium.
Thankfully, nothing bad happened. We're confident that when this is before a jury, that Peyton will be found not guilty. And we believe that it is wrong for the government to criminalize something that they have not even found enough time to regulate.
The Federal Aviation Administration is about to. They announced Monday a new rule. They'll soon start requiring all recreational drone owners to register their aircraft.
The FAA hopes to have new regulations in place by the end of the year. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Wilson's attorney says the FAA has contacted them to review the case.
An investigation's underway after an officer-involved shooting in Jefferson County. According to the Jeffersontown police chief, officers were called to the parking lot of Jimmy John's after an attempted carjacking. Officers found the suspect behind a nearby hotel. When the two officers told the man to put up his hands, they say he took off running and pulled out a gun. And that's when the officers opened fire, hitting the man multiple times. He died. His name has not been released.
Police are still looking for one of the two suspects who robbed a Southern Kentucky Goodwill. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Pulaski County. Somerset police say they're still looking for Lindsay Cox. They say she's one of two people who robbed the store in the Tradewind Shopping Center last night. Officers say when they cornered the other suspect, he shot and killed himself in the driveway of a home. Police say they did not fire any shots. In Floyd County, a school was evacuated this morning after a small fire broke out nearby. Officials with the Renaissance Learning Center in Martin say they were able to put out the small fire next door with fire extinguishers. Students were evacuated from the school as a precaution while firefighters made sure that the fire didn't spread. Investigators say the fire is not suspicious, but the cause of the fire has not yet been determined. And in Lincoln County, a woman who the jailer says he caught placing drugs in a trash bin outside the jail has been arrested. Last Thursday, the Lincoln County jailer says he watched Peggy Rickey place something inside a trash can outside the jail. He says after she walked away, he found 2 pouches of tobacco and a substance that tested positive for crystal meth inside the trash. Rickey is charged with trafficking, possession of a controlled substance, and promoting contraband.
We hope you're enjoying a beautiful fall day here in the Bluegrass. Looks like that trend will continue through the end of the work week. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey joins us with an early look at the forecast.
Yeah, gorgeous weather out there again today. It's 2 weeks in a row roughly that we've had some very nice stuff out there. What a fall we're having across the Bluegrass state. Live sky cams, Lexington, Frankfort, Corbin, Jackson, nothing going on. Those temperatures into the pleasant upper 60s. Looking for a little cloud cover, not finding a whole heck of a lot. A little bit of high cloud cover, though, showing up into western Kentucky. You'll see some of those trying to make their way in across our skyline over the next several hours. Any precipitation producing clouds up into parts of the Great Lakes and looking to stay there. I've got more of the good stuff coming your way over the next few days. Then the weekend starts to turn a little on the wet side as our pattern cranks it up a gear or two from the weekend into next week. We'll talk about a much more active weather look when I get back in a few minutes.
A warning tonight from state police. Someone is running a scam spoofing their phone number. The most recent incident happened in the Campbellsburg Post. Here's how that scam works. Police say an individual receives 2 calls referencing money owed for a loan. A third call is then received from a person claiming to be with state police using a KSP phone number. The fake trooper warns of legal action if the loan is not paid. Police say the callers have foreign accents.
Next week, thousands of visitors from around the world will come to Lexington for the Breeders' Cup, the first time it's being held at Keeneland. It's a great opportunity for local horse lovers to enjoy racing at a very high level. Our good question, are there tickets still available for Friday and Saturday next week for the Breeders' Cup? And for an answer, I talked to Bob Elliston, Chief Operating Officer of the Breeders' Cup.
For Friday and Saturday, nothing on the track per se, but we do have some limited availability at the Entertainment Center, which is here on the grounds at Keeneland, and we'll be shuttling folks from there after they've had their lunch over to the front side here so they can watch the races. And then the Hill, that very popular tailgate lot up by the Entertainment Center, there's still some availability up there. So you go to our website, breederscup.com, and you can see what limited inventory we still have on those days.
If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com. Georgetown police have a new home. The city of Georgetown cutting the ribbon on its brand new police department earlier today.
After going almost a decade in the same temporary building, a dedication ribbon cutting ceremony was held for the new facility on Bourbon Street. The department hopes the central location will give them better efficiency in responding to calls. And it's not just the officers who will get use out of their new station.
Our lobby holds our sunflower program, where we bring kids in who have court-ordered visitation. And so we wanted to incorporate those community needs into the building itself.
The Citizens Police Academy starts tonight and will be held in the new Georgetown Police Headquarters Community Room.